Maintain and regenerate vital cycles, structure, functions, and its processes in evolution. Watanga yegwe gwe baje wali mu lubiji naye ng'olengera omunene ayongera kuyiwa ttaka mu Lake Victoria n'abanga ye agenda kuteekawo kati kalina hotel. What if it's you? Don't. And what is worse is that right now they have told me that Kasanji again sand mining is back. Yes. What if it's you has been evicted from Rubiji with your small thatched house or one boy's quarter or two, and you are seeing NEMA looking on, when one time they can only say that to cover up, we have managed to take this land to court just for a few days. But the other day, you are very much aware they are looking on when sand mining is taking place. Do you know that level of degradation that occurs to us? And to make matters worse, matters of the environment degradation are not separable. That's how far we've gone. When we talk about matters of the environment, we cry deep in our hearts. Why we can zero on to NEMA? Because you are in charge of forests, lakes, rivers, wetlands, swamps. What else? ETC. Okay, let's go for ETC. And you have a duty. You know, when you go deeper and you look at this act which gave you the powers, 57, restoration, reforestation, and afforestation of hilly and mountainous areas, and many other things, whether they are mountains or not. But they have all the powers. We are looking forward to seeing that force that you brought to Rubiji. When it has camped on Lake Victoria and its surroundings, we are looking forward towards that. And let me tell you, as Ugandans, however much you will explain to us all these laws, but when we are seeing that inequality, never we are telling you, Ugandans, we shall not be satisfied at the way you are applying the law. We cannot be crying when people are crying like nothing. And I remember even when the presidential advisor was here, His Excellency Kenya asked you to give us boundaries. Boundaries. Even as politicians, we are willing, because it's very unfair when you have a map of around 95 or 84, reading a different boundary, but because someone has built in that place, now you are coming to come and evict some other people, yet the boundaries before we are there, you are not following someone who has put up a certain factory in Usega so that it gives way. The water has now diverted, you come in for this poor lady. To an extent that someone will only remain with her chicken. Why? So, never I wish you can get our point. We are saying, apply the law fair. Destruction. Right now, what is going on in the country? Mutulaget around the lake, at least you've handled also Lake Victoria. By the time you come to my people of Chinawataka over Bwai, so where we shall be satisfied. But how you are doing it, we pray, and we are praying a certain prayer bodies see.
We all know the problem that causes that issue, the problem with Bata Bata. That causes the problem at Bata Bata. This place was encroached on. We have a swamp in Machinde Sabagabo, which was encroached on by Movit company. Yes, of course, I have to be open by Movit. It constructed a fence around the swamp. So this would have acted as a collection of all the water from all the ends of Wakiso, from the ends of Machinde. All the water was supposed to be diverted to that particular area. But here is somebody who constructed a fence to stop passage of water. So among the distractions I expect from NEMA, because I understand the next demolition of those people who have encroached on the swamp, is it Sabagao? That is the first site I want NEMA to demolish. How musuubira mutya bali abalala okukkiriza nti ddala tuli mu lutobazi when there are some people who are the unshakables? Ffe Wakiso district awo tutunuulidde. Okay? if we are to restore amakubo gayononeka, how much do we get for road fund? Very little.
The role of the district in as far as the management of wetland is concerned and environment generally. But we don't work in isolation, and actually the Act empowers us a great deal. In the first instance, any establishment, any development that has to be done that has an impact on an environment, somebody has to apply for a permit through through NEMA. After they have done environmental impact assessment, no certificate is supposed to be issued ordinarily before it is analyzed, before it is it's reviewed by the district. And many times they do that. Procedurally, it's right. My only challenge why they keep pointing fingers on us, and it's good we shall put this thing to table and let it be very clear, is that when they send those environment impact assessment for my staff to review, they review even where they say no, they should not continue to do that, or if they want to implement, let them do A, B, C, D. Those are the conditionalities. Many times, even after we've written back to NEMA to say no, if they want to do it before issuance of a license, A, B, C, D must be done. The following day, even after receiving our review, you'll find those people waiving certificates that have been cleared by NEMA. So who is on the wrong? Whose hands are dirty? Is it the district or NEMA? I think let us take our responsibility very seriously. I have a case in Point, the degrading which is going on in Ikazi. NEMA, the person applied for a license after doing the ENA. Marking the municipality, which is part of Wakiso, the environmental office. I have a report. They reviewed and they wrote back to NEMA to say no. But look at the magnitude of degradation going on there. Is that what do you want me to do? Ministry of Water and Environment has a Department of Wetlands Management. They command environmental police. I don't have environmental police. Ours is to make alerts and seek for help. But if the magnitude of degradation is going on like that, and I don't have the police, I've alerted everybody, what do you want me to do? There is a sand mining in Kasanje at a terrible magnitude. Who has not seen our images? Who has not seen us monitoring? Who has not received our reports? We've done all it takes, but it's going with impunity. We are doing our level of best. If there is really a committee that's committed in the issues of environment in this country, I can say without shame or whatever that we are doing our best. If we are not, I think even the level would be worse. I've just called even a commissioner for Wetlands and Management Department in the Ministry of Water. They have just sent enforcement team to arrest those people. And I'm very happy with the trend now that issues are beginning to happen in the court. I am very excited. Maybe that will send a warning bell. I want to say here categorically that if we want to solve the issues of environment in this country, all the responsible stakeholders, everybody, we must stand up, speak the truth, and focus the same direction, save the environment for this country for the future. Otherwise, the issues of climate change are for real, they will affect us, and all of us will suffer.
Thank you, Chair.
Those views expressed that their projects, the districts or the lead agencies have not approved, and NEMA has what? Gone ahead to approve. And in that case, their hands are tied. But let me first tell you in terms of process that environment impact assessment is not done by NEMA. Normally people say that NEMA has done environmental assessment. No, we don't do that. We would be conflicted if we ever did it and reviewed it again. So that is done by whoever wants to carry out a development. call them developers. So the developer or the person intending to carry out a development activity is the one who carries out environment impact assessment and then submits that report to NEMA. Now, once that report is submitted to NEMA, we do the following. One, we request for comments from the lead agencies, which includes districts. Now, comments come back to us to approve or not approve. And I can tell you that where the districts or the city authorities have said no, we will not said yes to such a project. But what you could be hearing is that perhaps some people think because NEMA approved it, I can always say that we did not authorize it. If they can give us specific names of those projects,
Kombucha.
we go and investigate. We will find out that the records might be to the contrary. They could also have approved it. It is very. Sometimes, by the way, we have even gone ahead. Sometimes reject certain, approvals by the district. One thing we are doing to help us even check more what kind of review comments we get from the district is to strengthen our remote sensing and GIS capacity within NEMA, so that when a report or an EIA is submitted, our people in that section will overlay, will produce us maps, and we overlay that against the map of that area and see if, because now with that capability, we can easily locate and show wetlands in any part of any district. So once we see that the area you are proposing is actually a wetland, and yet the district had approved it, we say no. And we have done a number of rejections. Maybe what we have done is not to communicate to the public that we have rejected this one, we have rejected this one, but we have rejected many. And the developers have those letters. And what we do is to produce a map. Once we are rejecting a project, we produce a map that shows you this area that you wanted to develop is a wetland, and this authority is not in position to approve it. That look for alternative site. This site is rejected. We have it.
Erinnya Katerega Sam, kansala akiikirira ekitundu ky'e Kasangati ku disitulikiti e Wakiso. Omusomo guno gwe tuzze okusomamu musomo mulungi nnyo, naye obuzibu bwe tulina nti waliwo obutali bwenkanya naddala nga NEMA egaba certificate. Weesanga ng'abantu abamu ebawa certificate ng'ate process yali badde nti at least baali badde bava ku district yemanya awali entobazi ezimu, yemanya nti kati eno nnyanja nti wali badde at least abantu tebeesenzaawo, naye weesanze ng'abantu bangi nnyo beesenzezza ku nnyanja yaffe, ennyanja yaffe ya Victoria, abantu Kasanje, abantu bangi nnyo beesenzezzaawo, ate NEMA tesobola boogeraku. Wabula NEMA ate amaanyi esinze gateeka mu bantu baffe wano ab'e Nansana, ab'e Kasokoso. Ekyo kiraga nti nno waliwo obutali bwenkanya naddala nga NEMA ekola emirimu gyayo. Ffe tusaba nga ba district aba National Resources Committee nti NEMA yali badde eteekawo obwenkanya mu mbeera y'okuba nti nno executinga mandate yayo constitution gye yagiwa.